Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. All right, so interesting action overnight. After we left, much to my dismay, we moved up. So when we had this initial kind of move here in the morning, and I thought, well, geez, let's get on board. We're moving up. And then it just stayed in this range the whole time. And then when I left, boom. So it sucks, but it happens. Seems to me that there's just a lot of people fading during the regular session. And that keeps it from going where it really wants to go. In the overnight, we kind of came back a little bit. Around 130 at point of control. And they seem to like that, seem to be comfortable in that area. There is a possibility we test the 150 again. There is a possibility that we test the 10.5 again. So the market volume profile, market profile gives us some levels, but doesn't really give me a whole lot of edge in terms of direction. Oh yes, and then the E-mini, in the meantime, in the overnight, has risen quite substantially. About 9 points. Actually more like 18 points. But the Treasuries have not responded in kind. I did see one piece of news that China had announced new tariffs. But it was on some product I had never heard before. And it didn't sound like it was very much. So, market seems to not care about that particular one. It's Shoregum Imports. That was about at 6, but there was no serious market reaction to it. I have to wonder what John is thinking today. I think that the auction direction is still up, so kind of I'm a little wary of the downside, you know what I mean?
Tucker said simple fact that bonds aren't lower on equity strength has me looking to be a bond bull. We'll see on the news here soon though.
Yes. Oh, by the way, today is the last day to file your taxes. Hopefully you made some money today. And hopefully you don't have to pay too much. Especially you Bitcoin guys, if you have unrealized gains from last year, that sucks. Well, we're up a little bit in Bitcoin. I mean, it has a good look. It looks like they've already gone about as far as we can really go today, though. What else? I just had a thought in my head. Oh yeah. There's news, right? So the news is at 6:30. Building permits, housing starts, and then we have an FOMC member speaking at 8. Also at 8, is it 8 or 8:30? I think it's 8. We get to find out what's going on with Verge. So, you know what? We should search Twitter and find their thing. Verge currency. Even in their 2018 roadmap, there's no mentioning their huge announcement today. But do they have a Twitter? Oh, by the way, I have the window open because it was hot in here, so you hear people outside. who is Verge's official Twitter? Is it just at Verge Currency? I'll follow this one, but I don't think that that's the guy to be watching. Well, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be super interesting. Yeah, we should grab the links, shall we? Let's grab the links. Copy. We've got our one Twitch viewer, thank you. YouTube's still more popular. Did he call for Comey to be jailed? See this headline: Comey on Trump calling for him to be jailed. This is not okay. And I'm thinking, I don't know, based on a lot of stuff that happened yesterday, it looks like Comey's interviews and book are not doing him many favors. So it's interesting how that is turning out. That is not what I expected to happen.
Tucker said ES just absorbed 700 on highs. Tucker said and dropped in 4 ticks.
Ooh, Bittrex updated their website. I like it. See that? Kind of a dark color now. I have to log in later and look at if they've improved other stuff. Well, that was a pretty good move up there. all at once. Kind of interesting.
Tucker said I was really tempted there for a second too. At a 135 bid but pulled it. Or minutes isn't enough IMO for this to play out before taking on news risk.
Okay, well, 2 minutes to the news, and then maybe we can try taking something, huh? It appears Donald has learned how to schedule his tweets. Oh, he's tweeting too. So many people are seeing the benefits of the tax cut bill. Everyone is talking. Really nice to see. We must have seen that story yesterday that showed that people were, that support for it was decreasing. Looks like Jerry Brown in California are not looking for safety and security along their very porous border. He cannot come to terms with the National Guard to patrol and protect the border. High crime rate will only get higher. Much wanted wall in San Diego already started. I'm in Florida and looking forward to my meeting with Prime Minister Abe of Japan, working on trade and military security. Employment is up, taxes are down. Enjoy. I don't know, because what's the number we're looking for here? Building permits 1.33, housing starts 1.27. Okay. Okay, so maybe a little bit of pulling, but I'm not really seeing much. Okay, 1.319. Building permits. Ow, they're giving it to me in a different number. I hate that. It looks like they came in line with expectations. Okay, yeah. Housing starts a little bit above. Building permits a little bit above. Okay, well, it's chilling down now. I think I can close the window. They're gonna give us 13.5. I think that they need to fill out this 13.5 a little bit. Look at the mismatch there. I mean, they don't have to. It's just unusual to have like pointed control, then low, and then higher volume there at 14. So I will say one thing. I'll say for the bear side is that it is a little concerning that we went to 14.5 and weren't able to make it to 15. Because that was a pretty critical
The trader
level.
said looks like the market want to test the business zone 165.
There was a lot of business there between 140 and 150, and they stopped right at it. Yeah,
Tucker said, happy face, same thought, but ZB is really having a tough time lifting it over there.
I'm wondering if it's going to come back to the VWAP and bounce. Just because there's selling in the 5-year. I mean, quite a substantial amount of contracts that have been absorbed there, 29 3/4. ZB looks equal. ZN looks equal. E-mini continues to move up strongly. 6J is kind of coming off a little bit. It's actually running somewhat inverse to us today. That's interesting. 6E as well. Another piece of the puzzle. I think that so I'm not very knowledgeable on the currency side of the equation here, but I believe that seeing an inverse correlation with currencies may confirm our theory that this move up is based on trade. The E-mini liked the housing news. They took a little bit of a run up when that happened. Wouldn't have gotten filled either side here.
IQ set GM.
Good morning, IQ. Okay, well, ZB is on high. Couple of people bailing there when the level 2 flipped. Yep. Okay. So I guess my gut feeling on that one was right. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I could get filled at 13.5. But my stats say that it often goes 2 ticks beyond me, so maybe I can get 12.5. And maybe a VWAP bounce or something like that. But that was quite a bit of a quick comeback, wasn't it? And the volume in ZN is completely reversed. Maybe they want to see that 10-half again. I don't know. It's really hard for me to make a call here.
Tucker said tough read. Thinking spreading, though I always blame spreading when I can't read it, and going to sit on hands for the time being. Tucker said actually that kinda makes sense. ZB had a 2 or 3 tick uptick while ZN tried an uptick, but some refreshing order sat on that offer pretty strong.
This is interesting. I'm not sure that I can really compare this to action I've seen in the past. That's a good 4 ticks now. Down. Low interest. Low auctioning activity. Hmm. So these ticks down were all easy, and now they're making an uptick and it's getting absorbed. Okay, well they ticked through. Nope. Hmm. So a couple of one lots just sold 12 half. And that was, I only point that out because that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, maybe I should sell 12 half now. And a few retail traders did.
Tucker said seems the big guys are all off doing their taxes, smiling face with open mouth, procrastinators just like the rest of us.
Maybe. I did my taxes early. You know, I got kids, gotta get that refund. Oh my, I forgot my Goldman is reporting today. Goldman just posted the best equities trading results in 3 years as bank profits from this roller coaster market. I was thinking that they might do well because there has been some good trading and they're really traders. Its effective tax rate was 17.2. Raised their dividend. Oh man, it's all good. What's it doing? What are they doing? Let's look at the chart. I want to see. GS stock. 1 minute. Oh, they're going down. Why? Oh, wait. That was on the close. That was on the close. It's not showing me because I don't think they show until the open. Yep, 9:30. So I have to wait a whole 30 minutes to see what it's doing. Well, maybe...
IQ said anyone long ZB?
Or maybe CNBC just straight up has it. So there was a buy there. It went down. Notice these are very small numbers though. It's only moving 2,000 at a time. I mean, this was each downtick.
IQ said yup, last bar is changing, we'll look at shorts below 08 ZB.
Okay, so it's rising in the pre-market, but only slightly. 258. A Goldman. And the number, I think my number is 280. That's where I can. That's where I'm double. Although I think I need to go a little bit more than that to pay taxes on it. So.
IQ said i.imager.com.
And then I have to wonder if we get to that 280, and I think I might get it this year. Then I have to think about what I'm going to put the other half into. Maybe what would be a good play? Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I don't know which sectors are going to be good. Maybe something like Caterpillar. Oh, they've been doing. I think that towards the later end we kind of have to go with more industrials, right? Or towards the end of an interest rate cycle. And Caterpillar's been doing okay recently, at least. I need like a daily chart. There we go. Oh wow, they've been doing really well this year. They doubled this year. So maybe not. Tesla's down, right? Yeah. Maybe if I could get Tesla at 200, that might be worth a look. I have to research more. Because we are, I mean, I don't by any means think that this bull run in equities is over or anything like that, but we are, entering into the later stages of the interest rate cycle, I think. So we have to be careful about what we're buying, because you don't want to be stuck, with technology stocks in a, recession. Okay, so we are now starting to see some continuation below the VWAP and a good downtick. If I can get filled here at 12, I think I will definitely do so. Come on, we could get a little bit of backflow here, please. Nope. ZF is gonna tick back and forth here now. Okay. So it ticked back up into us and they put up a weak bid, so that's good. This is kind of crazy. I did not expect to be taking shorts today. Okay, well, it does look a little balanced at 120. They must have seen me. They know that I took a long, or they know that I took a short, so now they're going to start playing games. Immediately. They don't know. Still. Okay, that was a good offer that they put on the tick down. Let's reset. Okay. Still no big offer in ZF. Tick lower. They're all below the VWAP now. Getting some delta down. Well, if we are going to be going down, where do we have to be looking at? 08? 065? Definitely 10.5. Interesting. There was, remember when we were saying like there was a bunch of big orders below us yesterday? I don't know if we can still see them on this. Yeah, we can. Okay, so they were all at 8. They were all around 8. And notice now today they're still there, but they're just a little bit higher. But it's still like 3 right there. Well, it's been... Okay. I was going to say it's been bid 111 half for a while and nobody's traded it. Michael Broach, what do you mean? What's your opinion on bonds? Like long term? Like, should I buy Treasuries and hold them over the next year? No, bad idea. Overall, they're going down and we're flattening. Which indicates further rate increases in the future. But today, right now, what I see was a quick move up and failure to, yeah, so I think you're talking more short-term action. He says I'm kind of bearish biased. Yeah. What I saw was we had a move up and we hit this 14.5 and there was not enough in the move to get up past that and into the top of the range. That is an auctioning failure. And then we came down 4 ticks quite quickly. When we touched the VWAP, we did start trading back up, and you can see it right here. I think where's where that happened. And we hit an iceberg. And now we're 2 ticks lower. And look, we're hitting an iceberg again. Yeah, 145, 18 to 19 looks like a key level. Well, now in ZB, they did make a new high. And I think they actually beat out yesterday's high too. But see, now we're lower. And also, we've been flattening through this whole thing in the knob spread. So at the moment, I have a short at 12. You see the red there? That's my position. This is what I make. And we have the edge, and it's pretty comfortable, and we have an iceberg in our favor.
Tucker said not much volume selling into lows.
Okay, but that was a strong uptick. Yep, okay. So we're gonna have to puke here. You're gonna tick back down. Nobody's buying with 13. Okay, there's a 1 and a 3. I know. So we had a lot of things in our favor there, and then 5K traded, and they stuck a big bid on there. So, I think that we may yet still get some selling, but it's obviously it's a very hard trade at the moment to really guess, because the volume is just not there. Okay, so now they ticked back down and put a good offer.
Tucker said that's the key, though. There weren't any aggressive sellers. 351 trade onto lows. Nobody even tried to take it down a tick. Tucker said that iceberg could be a lot of things. Doubt it's seller initiative though. I think it's more like a knob/FYT spread done at the lows.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that the tick up, my take on it is that tick up wasn't like a flip in the momentum. it more like equalized it, you know? So before we were, much really looked like we had a good shot at going down, and then we didn't get the other tick, and now we're kind of back to 50-50. And now that we have an iceberg here at 12, I'm going to see. I think that they're going to try and push through it, and we'll see what kind of an offer they put up. Notice though that overall the market orders are selling still. You see that? Mm-mm. The E-mini just keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Tucker said, I don't think it's some big goon out to mess with our perception. Just tough action to read. Maybe spreading. Maybe nobody is playing. 5K on each offer, 125 to 135 though. Thick. Motionless.
Okay. So that time they ticked it down and they put 3K on it. I'm feeling more comfortable. So to really take this next step, I think we need to tick down in ZB. And ZB does not, at the moment, appear like it wants to go. If it goes, I'd expect to see some stacking. Okay. 200 stacked on there at 12. ZB did tick down. Did it? It's at that 13. But it's kind of... Yeah, they ticked up. Well, quite a lot is traded here at 12, huh? And they ticked up and they were willing to bid 3. So basically you've got a balanced area. And we've got Tyler has made big orders all around here before. We still got a 5 though. It's a 2,500. This is not good. Well, I mean, it's less. I guess that just shows you how little is going on when I'm reading that much into a difference of 500 on the level 2. It's this right here. If this ticks up or down, and they're at right close to 16, so you can get a lot of games here. Like it could go up and touch 16 and bounce off of it and go back up there again. Okay. So something happened there. This firmed up. This firmed up. Level 2 is picking up like just the number of changes. A lot of little changes there. Slowed down just a little bit again, but still seems like something's going on. Maybe it was this hit here in ZF that they saw that it was an iceberg, might have changed something. Okay, so they ticked up. This is firming up. Wow. So quite a bit of volume there now in ZF. At the top of its range. So
Keith said GM.
Keith could tick back down here. The robot's flashing this 12 half a lot more now. It down ticked. Hmm. Down tick. A little bit better of an offer, but it's not a lot. Down tick. Okay. That one overall didn't actually change a whole lot.
Jack said difficult to read in a tight range. They trade down to 13 to 14 in ZB. It looks like maybe they'll take it lower. They trade back up a couple ticks and lift 16-17. It's the exact opposite seems. Well, level 2 has gone back and forth here a couple of times, and it's not really bringing in many orders. A few buys in ZF there at 287, but that's just the middle of the zipper. I'm surprised that I'm not seeing more at 12.5 in ZN. This is the middle of that zipper. Lots of green in the crypto market today, yeah. I really want to see how this day ends in the crypto market. I think is going to be fairly telling. My first scenario would be that we have a really good day in crypto and we quickly move up to like that 8. Okay, so that time not a big offer. Dizwave said GM was up late getting Sierra chart set up, had to sleep in smiling face with open mouth.
Oh well, just because we're overbought at these levels. So like the sooner I can get my, 9,000 in out, the better. Because I don't want it to turn around before, because if it turns around here, it's going to go down. Like if we go back into to these levels, like 775 maybe, that could trigger wider selling. So basically, we're overbought and people are overall positioned long. Then if we get a sell, that's going to be enough to tip it and start sending it down to where the valuation indicator says it should be. Yeah, it's a decision point. Okay, a little bit more conviction in that downtick, but not a lot. Seems like they're more interested in buying it there. Well, there was some selling here in ZF. Let's see if this comes through. What do you think about cryptos being up right now for the point being you have to buy the underlying to write the options for calls on it? I didn't even know where you would be doing options. Is that on BitMEX now? Okay. Whoa. Interesting. So that tick up, I was like, okay, we're done. We're done. We need to get out. But they defended the 13. Iceberg. Big iceberg. Nope. I think we've got to get out here.
Tucker said, how long you been in this one, Seth?
Nope, it's done. I think it's been 30 minutes. Yeah, almost 30 minutes. I think on this one, really looked like that there could have been some continuation at 12 and it didn't go. But I really didn't want to be taking that kind of a trade here, really, because we're so range bound, right? So really should have been looking more at like selling 13. And this is a little interesting because they're gone up 2 ticks, but somebody's defending 13. There's a volume overall is up in ZF though. So, well, now there's an iceberg. So I feel like I still feel like I should get out, but I'm not going to get out with an iceberg there. If I've got an iceberg in my favor and there was an iceberg there, then let's just see if it comes back. I mean, if we're looking at it like we're forced to take a trade at 13, I would have to be short at the moment. Oh, the Bear Rider CME. So that did they announce options for the CME futures? I did not see anything like that. Yeah, but saying you have to own the underlying to be able to write options on it, I think is a wise decision on their part. Because honestly, you would have to be a fucking idiot to write naked calls on Bitcoin. or naked puts either way. I mean, you lose so much money on that, man, from writing on those. Because your loss is unlimited. Your profit is limited and small, and your loss is unlimited. And normally that's okay because you have some probability on your side that it's going to stay within the range, and it's just going to expire, and you collect all of the the expiration value. But in Bitcoin, I mean, how do you estimate how much Bitcoin is going to move in the next month? It's completely random. It could be completely random. I mean, from the 20K, it didn't look that way. Ah, yes, but there weren't options back then. So, in fact, I tried to convince people on Reddit to write puts for me. So I was like, I think Bitcoin's going to go down, and then they're like, I'll make a bet with you, and I'm like, okay, you sell me a put. I'll buy the put from you. You just tell me the conditions, and I'll do it. They didn't want to do it. The options came in right before it came down, I think. I don't.
Horace said this 130 to 120 spot is getting pretty boring.
Yeah. They could have some kind of hedging strategy. So yeah, for sure. Because there's not only is there the future, but there's the actual Bitcoins,
Tucker
right?
said
So,
hopefully equity open spices things up.
no, Ryan. So the futures launched on December 17th, but to mine there was not options
Heath said
at that
it's a
time.
slow one.
If there had been options at the time, I definitely would have tried to buy puts. But for me at the time in Bitcoin, the risk of shorting just wasn't worth it, because even though I knew that it was overvalued, my indicators said that it could still go up to like 23 or something like that. And so the risk of shorting it outright was too high. I needed something that limited my losses, which is why I say that I would have needed a put. You need a put. Oh, no one willing to risk the writing of options. Yeah. Well, I was just saying at that time, back when this was before the futures were launched, this was like the beginning of December. I was telling people, well, yes, it is at 20K, but okay, now I think that was our last kind of chance. Here comes the E-mini. What's it going to do? They're kind of coming down a little bit.
Tucker said nobody going for 135. Tucker said damn.
No, they're hitting it.
Tucker said I swear, the moment I type.
Right. I've noticed that happens to us a lot though, right? We'll say something and then immediately we'll actually do the thing that we're waiting for it to happen that's not happening. Yeah, so to my knowledge, there's no place that I can actually buy options in cryptocurrencies. Maybe there's something on BitMEX or some other like super um, uh, unknown exchange. I do know when I was looking at it back in November, there was an exchange that sold that had options, but you had to have crazy amounts of money to trade there. So, hmm. Well, they're trying to sell it here in the E-mini and it's not. They don't look super convicted yet. Could still go lower. It could kind of drift lower a little bit there, huh? The 94. Nope. I still think that that 7K there gave me enough that it was worth waiting. But now that it's ticked above that 7K, we definitely need to be out. So, for the purposes of like managing risk and stuff, I'm going to say that that was two trades. So we'll give ourselves one more.
Dizwave said, "Hey Seth, do you not use the pulling/stacking column?"
I don't. You know, the pulling slash stacking column is definitely one of the more interesting features of Jigsaw. But I found that in treasuries, it's very easy for me to see myself that it's doing that. So something to keep in mind with Jigsaw is that the guy that makes it, Pete, he's more an equities trader. Okay, so we got -3 there. So I'm happy about that. He's an equities trader. So a lot of those things are actually a little bit more helpful if you're trading equities. So, okay, so at the moment, we did have a sell, obviously. Um, and if we start from the top, well, Jigsaw and my own indicator are actually telling me different things. this one is, mine is saying that there's still a little bit of cumulative delta to come off to be equal to the last peak in CF, but in Jigsaw it's telling me that we've already made it. See that? That's higher, but it's not as high on my other one. So okay, so now there's a 6K at 13.5. The E-mini's unhappy. So bad. We're actually, now we're below the housing market news in the E-mini. These currencies also turned. So now we have a number of correlations going and saying up. Whereas when we were at the bottom, they were all kind of fuzzy. Oh, so ZB made a new high. Did not catch that. Okay, there's a significant downtick again. Okay, the E-mini turned around. It's looking much happier now. So what I'm thinking right now was when we were at 13 half 14, I was thinking, oh man, I could buy 14 and that's 6K there. And now it's gone. Also, look at these big numbers showing up in CF. What's with that? And this is flipped. This has changed. I think that one's the stacking and pulling, right? Then there's a big order, and there's two big orders up above us. Well, there's a big one up at 25 that's shown its Oh, no, it was at 30 actually. Revealed itself. Iceberg's up in here.
Tucker said pretty quiet day even for the ES by recent standards. 6.25 opening range.
Yeah. We've got 15 minutes to our whole Verge fiasco. Not fiasco, but, you know. It's gonna be fun, guys. We're gonna have fun here. I'm kind of tempted to have my Bittrex up and try and trade it, but I know that whatever happens in Verge is going to be so fast that we probably don't have the opportunity to really trade it. And I also know that I'm probably going to regret saying that, but I want to see what happens. I don't want to try and trade it. Okay, so Goldman started up higher and is coming back. Hmm.
Tucker said I'm off. Too slow for me. Good
Yeah.
trading everybody.
Did you take any out, Tucker? Did you take any trades? Hmm.
Diswave said later T. Tucker said nope, none today.
No trades today. Okay. While that tick down at 12.5 may have been significant. It's not the best spot. Holy shit. I've made plenty of mistakes in the past by trading when there's nothing to trade, so that's something I'm actively working on. Yeah, and I made that mistake too. That's why I always limit myself to like 4 trades. 3 to 4 trades. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to join that iceberg. Wow. You see that? They had to hit that like 10 times before they were able to push through it. Now it's dead. And then we're able to get it to tick down again. ZB is back to where it was too. Though it's the 13 that we needed to get through, right? So you're gonna need some pulling. And these big orders, they did come down into the big order in ZF. I don't see like a huge one. I'm still not seeing like huge targets. Like maybe the biggest are these down here. There's some 2 ticks below us, so that kind of says that maybe there's some support here. If we tick down through these easily, then we could get some momentum, but I'm thinking that the chances are it's still going to act range bound. And especially since this 10.5 was the point of control from yesterday, that might be, well, like we've got a pretty stubborn area below us. Okay, so this 115 is pulled a little bit. It was 5. And ZF is looking like it wants to continue. So then now it's below.
Block sell.
Okay. Tyler decided to take everything at 115. 37. So now what we're seeing is the big order comes through and they're going to fight him a little bit. Cumulative delta in ZN has definitely come down. ZB has really come down. So I think this is one we have to let it do its thing. So now if ZF can get below 27.5, that's when I think that would be a lower low of it. So that one in mind. This 110 is really building up now. Okay, now the E-mini was making its move up, but they did not actually beat out the overnight high. Not yet. And then there could be another run in it, so I'm not going to give up on it yet. Well, there you go. I'm magic, guys. Okay, well that was an uptick. That's not good. Back to that stupid 16 in ZB.
Arva said I have an open put and call.
Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's 2 ticks against us with strong upticks. Now a bit of ranging action. Some large sellers, yeah. It really seems to me that once again we've got a lot of locals fading the trend, but there was definitely some big guys in there that went short. I mean, there was like that 7K that they sold around here. I'd have to say, if I was a big guy and I wanted to go short, I definitely had the opportunity to build up my position now, and I would want to be starting to push it. That might also explain why it's not quite going yet, because they probably don't have a whole lot of ammo to manage it now. So they're going to wait for it to get to the spot that they need before they do anything crazy. So if I'm right, then what I would want to see is not a whole lot of action or interest at 13, and just kind of natural ranging behavior through here. And then when we get down to the 110, then they should start pushing it. You sure seem afraid of that 76. This seems to be what was stopped us. Fed's Williams expect inflation to be of 2% next couple of years. Full-on trade war would have very negative effects. Asset valuations are high, but not in bubble territory. Okay. So was that what triggered all of the selling? Okay, a little flip in the level 2 there, but I'm not seeing like lots of reactions to it. Goldman gives up early gains as CFO sees no buybacks in quarter two. Okay, downtick in ZF. ZN not quite going yet. ZB not ready to do it. I'm stuck right in the balance area. Interesting, I've done that now many times. I need to watch out for that a bit more, because that's not necessarily the spot you want to be in. You know, you want the spot that you've cut an edge and you've cut a couple too, and then you run into a spot like this and you have the opportunity to take an easy profit. Okay, they tick down. It's now flipped. This looks more balanced. That's must be what's going on here. Williams, important to prove Fed can reach 2% inflation goal. Okay, well, we need to move over here. Our Verge is about to do its thing. So let's put this over here. No, let's put this over here. That's good, yeah. Okay, so they tried an aggressive buy and ran into icebergs again. By the way, I've already seen confirmation. They've already tweeted confirmation that the partner is not Pornhub. I'm sorry. I haven't checked the chat. Yeah, so the partner is not Pornhub. They already tweeted that it's not. That's not the partnership. Okay, that was a good downtick, by the way. The last time I watched this channel, you said there was really no volume to trade the Bitcoin options. Is that still true? Yeah, it's you're talking about only a few dozen orders. You know, like it adds up to like hundreds in volume a day. It's not a lot. Okay, so my scenario here in ZN is starting to play out a little bit more. There was not like serious interest up at 13. There was some iceberging at 125, and now we're ticking down again. We want to see it just, you know, range essentially. We want to see it just range until the 110 and then bust through. I don't know if we're actually going to get it. Okay, so now we should have gotten the announcement. What? No, that's a fake. Oops. Let's move this back over to here. So it hasn't gone yet. So has it not? They haven't posted it yet. It fucking refresh. Okay, so a little bit of an iceberg, 3K. Is not a good sign, but it's not like a disaster. Well, I'm not seeing anything come through. You said 8. What's wrong? Now I'm grumpy. Let's move this out so I can bring this back over here. Yeah, I can read your comments. It has not come in yet. No, what the heck? Okay, so now 5K, probably not. Definitely not what I want to see if it's a 5K. E-mini did make a new high, by the way. They slowly crept up there. Moonshot, baby. Oh, come on. Nothing's happened yet, guys. Don't get too excited. Twitter just shit the bed, so I have no idea what the announcement is. It hasn't come in yet. I suppose since there was a big order there that it might make sense that there might be some iceberging there. So are they doing like a live stream or something? r/verge. Let's see. New. Apparently a lot of people are having trouble with Twitter. Okay, so there has been a move in Verge. It went down and it's held. Wait, what? Yeah. There's that same link they've been posting around that shows that they accept Verge at Pornhub now. I mean, that is good for the currency. They should be moving up off of that news, but I don't think that that is the partner. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I there's like the Verge currency hashtag on Twitter through TweetDeck, as I'm not seeing a whole lot come through. My butt's falling asleep here. It's not halal anymore. You can't own it. If you're Muslim, you can't own Verge, apparently. I mean, from my perspective, being a devout Christian, I think it's pretty hilarious if I end up making, $100 off of porn, off of the porn currency. What the, what the heck, right? Let's see if I just change it to XVG. Not sure what's going on. I don't know, it's been sitting there at 11.5 now for a while and it's just iceberging. Not anybody buying it though. And you hear iceberging in ZF. Why aren't they posting anything? Well, this is odd with the Verge thing. It's now been 12 minutes and I'm not seeing like a tweet. Price is going down. Does not look good. Remember when I said, oh, this will probably move faster than I'd have the ability to do anything anyways? Hmm. Well, isn't this interesting? So are we going to get a 10k iceberg here at 11.5? Oh shit. They just put 4k on the offer? What? Well, they might be able to take out that 7k now. Yeah, immediately some retail traders are hitting it. Jeez. Okay, and Verge is taking a dump. Yep, Verge is unhappy. Where's my announcement? I don't know. So let's take a step back for a second. It's dumping hard. Well, so here's the thing. I saw stuff on Reddit that said that that was not the partner, that they were still going to make the announcement. But let's just assume for a moment that that information was wrong. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter that's like, oh, the announcement. But if Pornhub and MindGeek are the partner, that's really good. Like, that's better than what I expected. Come on. Shouldn't, I mean, there will be a little bit of a dump, sure, because let's take this out to a 30-minute. Ooh, now we have to go even further out than that. Days, maybe? Okay, sure. So there's going to be sell on the news anyways. We ticked back up. Well, for them to put a 4K offer on and it not go, I don't know. We did see some selling here in ZF, but it might just be nothing. That's not really a partner. Yeah, I guess I can kind of see what you might mean by that. That's not a partner, it's usage. So what did you think that a partner meant then? Like that they were going to help them develop it or something? Like, jeez. Well, the market seems to be saying to me that 7K is just too much. that it's mutually beneficial. I don't like what would one side and the other side actually do that would make it a partnership? Verge would be the only one really benefiting from that arrangement. I don't know. I still think that having Pornhub adopt and make a pretty big announcement and like have a page and a video and everything for it, I think is really, really good for the currency. So, and just that they've sold here doesn't necessarily mean that it's not. Well, Dave K, I don't. I think you read too much into when you have a highly anticipated news event, and all of the people that bought in anticipation of the news are going to sell when the news hits. So I would not read the first 30 minutes to an hour of action that happens after the announcement is made as conclusive. If it's still down at the end of the day, then I think you could say that yeah, the price of Verge disagrees that it's not really that great of news, or that it wasn't enough to justify where the price of Verge is. But I think that Verge was undervalued, that they pushed it up into what would be a fair valuation. Um, Certainly nowhere close to like where overvalued Verge has been in the past. And given that now the outlook of the currency for Verge with such a large partner, you know, accepting that cryptocurrency, um, I think that it's fair to be here. So we'll have to see, but we're only talking I've lost $1. Woohoo! But I still think it's good news. I think in the long run it's good news. And if that really is the partner, I think that the things that they said about it could make it a top 5 currency and all of these things. I mean, maybe not, but it was not um, unreasonable to have said that. Do you get what I mean? Bum, 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 ba-dum. Well, Lambo's got canceled. Ha ha ha. Uh, It's curious. Yeah, Pornhub makes $1 billion a year. I'm just saying. Like, I know that I think that some, people's perceptions and emotions are going to get involved because it's porn, obviously. But in terms of having a big partner that has a major place on the internet, pushes a lot of money, man, for that to be the company that adopts you, that's really good. I mean, the only thing that could possibly be better than that would be if a Fortune 500 company was the partner, you know? And maybe that's what everybody thought was going to happen. Everybody seems to be running with that's the partner. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot on if that's confirming that that's was actually the partner, but I think we have to say that it is. How's it? What a joke. No, I think that's a good partner. Why isn't that a good partner? Well, so Pornhub did like it has a page to announce that they're accepting it, and I think they even have a video too. Um, I'm not sure that the Verge Currency Twitter account tweeted anything yet, but I could be missing things. What a disappointment. So let's see what they're reading. Not even partnership, they just accept the payments. Partner is MindGate. It's just been confirmed the news is rolling out slowly. Oh shit. Oh, right. That's a good point. I forgot. It's not just Pornhub, right? Because if it's MindGeek, that's like Pornhub, browsers. Who else do they have? I don't watch these. I don't spend a lot of time. Isn't there one like X videos? Aren't they? Well, let's look it up. I just remember they've talked about it a lot on Reddit how this guy basically bought like the four biggest porn websites are all the same person. Well, I mean, he sold it, but it's all like the same company. Let's look him up on the Wikipedia. Okay, so they have Pornhub, RedTube, YouPorn, browsers, Digital Playground, Men.com, Reality Kings, and Sean Cody. Oh, here you go. Wow. Tube 8, XTube, Spankwire, and they have a lot. Look at this list. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? When I made it bigger, it changed my where I was. There you go. Those are all their websites. Sounds like a great partner to have. Like seriously, to get a better partner, it would have to be a Fortune 500 company. Well, let's minimize Verge for a little bit and see what the E-mini's doing here, because they look like they want to break a new high. Or at least they're eyeing it. Oh, so somebody posted some stuff in Twitch. I'm sorry I didn't see that until just now. It's only been 2 minutes. MindGeek owns and operates many popular websites, including Pornhub, RedTube, and YouPorn, as well as adult production companies. Yeah. You know, like I think back to
block sell.
Okay. This guy is not giving up on the selling. Okay, and now they took another quick tick down. Now a little bit of fighting. And a big iceberg at 115. Okay, well, they were able to tick up again. I mean, look at the delta here. The market orders are absolutely 100% selling. And they're just running into too much resistance. It's too stubborn. Well, other people on Twitter are seeing it too. Rich, no. So what happened was I realized that even though my strategy could get funded in Top Step Trader, for me to do it reliably, it would take 2 to 3 months. And then it would be 2 to 3 months for the other one again. So if I had continued doing it, I would maybe just now be going into funded trader trap. So I funded my own small account, and I'm just trading a very small live account now. So I have a video. If you look at the top, I have a video about should you do the Top Step Combine where I talk about it. So yeah. So just looking at this now, I'm starting to wonder if this is another one of those where it wants to go somewhere and the locals are just, you know, keeping it from getting there. And it does break, but it doesn't break until after I'm gone. Notice how there's 8K on the other side now? This is just getting insane. How long is that? That 8K, okay, that 8K did not appear until we ticked up. You can see it right here, and you can see it building. Could that be an indication? Could that be a way of the large traders scoring up by saying, hey, look, I have more than you. I have 8K, you have 7,500. And then they probably have even more than that, but they're not going to show all of it, you know? And so if I was a market maker, I would be selling to take out the smaller one. Here comes the E-mini again. Real positive movement, pushes up. Treasury is not really responding. Let's see, where are we at in Verge now? Okay, so it's kind of just settled here. Okay. So remember, they played some defense up here at like 13 and 125, and now they're starting to do it a little bit at 20. So we're stuck like right in the middle of the battle zone. somebody pointing out that Pornhub is the perfect partner for Verge when you really think about it. The most shady cryptocurrency getting involved with a porn website. It's too perfect. Okay. Yeah, if it's like a huge conglomerate. And at that point you kind of have to wonder what other porn websites start to adopt it as well, because the leader in the industry is using it, right? You can get the whole porn industry. And think back when it was like, what was it? Blu-ray disc versus HD CDs or whatever it was, right? And there's been a couple of other battles like that, and they've always said, hey, whoever porn adopts is usually where it goes. Like, people claim that that's why VHS beat out Betamax tapes. So if you think about it, if Verge is going to become the porn currency, that's really positive, right? Historically speaking, it's really, really positive for the currency. And you have to think, like, Verge has all of the features that they need to actually be the currency for that industry, right? Because it's fungible. It's a really truly is a private coin. Well, I shouldn't say truly. I'm sure that there's probably some technical details about this that I don't know, but it is a private coin. Okay. So I have to say, I think it's good news. I'm thinking I'm gonna quit here. See, I just don't know what it's gonna do, and it looks like the book is so thick now that it is just not going to move. Or if it does, it's going to be really fast. At the moment, though, I do have to say, the past 3 or 4 pivots, they've been lower highs and lower lows. So my bias is still down, but clearly we don't want to be trying to get 4 to 8 ticks when it's this thick. And what are the chances that they actually do get through this 7K basically at 110? There's 8 at 13. Did that move down? No, it's always been at 13. Anyways, I'm really thinking that maybe today, instead of mining garlic coin, I mine Verge. Well, when it ticks up, they keep putting a pretty decent bid on there. And I guess that's the other question here in Treasuries is it there somebody that knows something or just really strongly believes that we shouldn't move lower? Or is it just traders fading the move based on technicals? Okay, well, it was 8 and now it's 5. Now it's, well, 6. Machine gun hitting ZF now. I guess I should also point out, because I've been talking a lot about ZN, but you're getting the same thing in ZF, right? And even ZB to some extent, although ZB is on its highs. But back here, you know, there was 10 there. Here, there's 25 down here. So they were all getting some crazy absorption down there. And, you know, I thought about taking a profit at 115, but I just felt like it had been down there for so long and we were really seeing the volume come in and they could break it. But and now I feel that today is not that day. And Verge is still just sitting there. So like some people sold and then everybody else is just sitting there, I guess. Okay, well now getting a little bit of buying in ZF. So we had a speaker today. Today's Tuesday. Bostic speaks later today. Tomorrow we get 2 Dudley inquiries. And the Beige book. So I'm going to take tomorrow off. Jeez. I think on both of these. Yeah. Because we're really so range bound and I was way too close to the breaking point. And so I didn't really get very much MFE on any of these, did I? Come on.
Block buy.
Dang. Oh, this is disappointing. I think really it was 50-50 in retrospect. Down there at the bottom it was 50-50 whether or not I was going to go through or not, and I probably should have just sat on my hands. So we're gonna take a loser here. Here we go. Yep, and then the first one, was it at the same price? Yes, it was. So I just happened to be, I was looking for the break. And this is something that has happened before, although I haven't seen this for a long time, where you're waiting for a break. Look, it came back up, and we got the break. But then it just got stopped the one tick lower. And we didn't beat this one out. Now here we're equal to the last buy. If you were playing the range, I think you'd have to sell it here. But I don't have time to wait for that. And I wanted to see if I can mine some Verge, so yeah. Sorry guys for another bad day, but I think with that 4, 3, 3, and then 2 yesterday, that's 8. So we're back to where we were. Minus commissions. Suck. Feels bad. Okay, well, it happens. So maybe we wait tomorrow. I think is going to be bad trading, so maybe the beige book, but maybe not even that. Maybe I'm just going to take tomorrow off. We'll see. I mean, I'll still be here, but maybe I don't trade. Maybe I don't take any trades. All right, I will catch you guys later.